Ahead and start. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for showing up today and being here with us in this special moment we're going to have today. You know, I hope everybody has their cell phones on mute and all that sort of good thing. You know, I always take mine and take it out of my pocket and put it in my office, get rid of it. So I'm always worried about mine going off. But I'm just going to say a couple words and then we'll go ahead and introduce a few more guests and we'll move along. Just a little bit about the Red Cross. The Red Cross is a not-for-profit humanitarian agency that helps local communities prevent and prepare for emergencies. And we're there with our army of trained volunteers when something bad does happen. One needs only to look back to 2011 to see what the Red Cross did and how effective they were. You know, just for example, 16,479 overnight stays in our shelters. We served 81,000 meals. We served 213,000 snacks, distributed almost 6,000 cleanup kits to those folks cleaning up their homes, and did this all with the help of around 2,000 volunteers. Looking back just last summer, what we were doing to assist those folks that were working on their homes, and I see some volunteers that were here helping us out with that. We served just under 7,000 meals. We served 14,000 snacks and did all this with the help of 467 volunteers. But while the Red Cross is there for large-scale disasters like the Souris River floods of 2011 and Hurricane Sandy that just happened, we're also there for those single-family events, the fires, the windstorms, the minor flooding, things like that. And the Red Cross is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And we're there to help those folks. All Red Cross emergency services are provided free of charge, and they're made possible through the generosity of individuals and companies like Border States Electric, H&H Electric, Triangle Electric, and Industrial Electric Services, who are here with us today. The generous support we receive from those companies and other organizations help those people affected by disasters of all types. And we are truly, truly thankful for all the assistance we get from agencies, companies, and individuals around the community. With that, I'd like to quickly introduce Amanda Schooling. She's the Ward County Emergency Management Director, just to say a few words.
Thank you, Alan. You've taken almost everything I was going to talk about, but we'll go from there. We're really excited to see how Border States and the other companies that Alan had mentioned is supporting our community with their gracious donation. Our local Red Cross staff, as well as the volunteers that Alan had talked about, are a critical asset for our community. They have helped out time and time again, and Alan had mentioned the one disaster, but when you say flood, in my time we've had floods, plural. So the Red Cross has helped us numerous times. They help us from sheltering, feeding, and even participating in the call centers during the flood disasters, as well as putting up individuals who have lost their homes during the fires that Alan had mentioned, but also helping out our first responder groups. When they have calls that go out over 12 hours, they're the ones that supply them the food, the water, to help them keep going. So without our local Red Cross and the support of Border States and the electrical contractors that he had mentioned that they provide, we wouldn't have the programs that we have today. So we do really appreciate everything that you guys have given us. And again, I do want to thank you, Jason, and Border States and the electrical companies, because this does mean the world to our community. So thank you.
Well, good morning. I am Judy Green, and I am the Regional CEO for the American Red Cross, which basically has the span of the Minn Kota region, which is all of North Dakota and western Minnesota. And so it is just an extraordinary day. I must say that. I am so proud to be here in this exceptional day today. And we're so proud to be announcing new partnerships that will support building capacity in western North Dakota. As we consider the American Red Cross and its mission of preventing and alleviating human suffering in the face of emergencies, We mobilize the power of volunteers and the generosity of donors that make a difference in every community in which we live and work. Our partners today embody this mission with us. The American Red Cross, through its strong network of volunteers, donors, and partners, is always there in times of need. We aspire to turn compassion into action. And we do that so that all people affected by disasters, locally, regionally, across our nation, and around the world, will receive care, hope, and shelter. We aspire to turn compassion into action so that our communities are ready and prepared for disasters. We aspire to turn compassion into action so that all members of our armed forces and their families find comfort and support when Minot, Williston, Watford City, Dickinson, and all other communities in western North Dakota are really focusing on the issue of infrastructure and improving services due to the immense growth that we're experiencing in this part of the state. The Red Cross also recognizes that we need to equip ourselves and be prepared to help and assist and react to all the needs due to that demanding growth. Today, I am pleased to announce, so very pleased to announce, that we have 5 companies that have really chosen the American Red Cross to invest in. They have collectively come together and supported us through a $56,000 donation. And that is to the American Red Cross so that we can build capacity in western North Dakota. This investment is significant. It's significant as it allows us to ensure our readiness to meet the needs of this immense growth in this part of the state. This investment also demonstrates the corporate commitment to give back to the communities where these businesses operate and where their employees work through philanthropic leadership. The support that they will give us will enable us to buy loaded trailers that have cots and blankets and our care kits and all the first aid supplies and Cambros so that when the need arises, we're there and ready to meet that need. It'll expand our fleet vehicles so that we can support the entire area of western North Dakota. It will provide the opportunity for an internship at Dickinson State University, where we just signed an agreement to have sheltering on campus in that community. It'll also provide financial assistance to us so that when we travel throughout western North Dakota, we have the ability to equip and give quality training to our volunteers. That is significant. These 5 businesses from western North Dakota have answered the call of strong corporate citizenship. We want to acknowledge them today. The first one is Border States Electric. Border States Electric has supported us through their corporate office. The Minot branch, the Williston branch, and the Dickinson branch have all collectively come together to support this building capacity effort. We also want to recognize H&H Electric out of Williston, Triangle Electric out of Williston, Industrial Electric out of Dickinson, and then a cooperative of Slope Electric Co-op. Please share with me our appreciation to these new companies. In addition to our response to the floods that were mentioned by both by both Alan and Amanda, of the floods of 2011, where over 2,000 Red Cross workers, 90% of those workers were volunteers. They worked to meet the needs of thousands who were impacted by those raging waters. In addition to that, we also provided support to the emergent needs. In 2012, we offered shelter, care, and hope to 168 individuals and families in western North Dakota as a result of home fires and other devastating events. We were present when the need unfolded in 16 of 28 counties in western North Dakota last year. Let's consider a fire that occurred 2 days ago in Watford City. A young couple had been living in the community for over 1.5 years in Watford City, and they lost their entire home to a fire. The place that they called home for the past year and a half was an RV. This young couple lost everything, including one spouse's eyeglasses. They have no family in the state. Fortunately, they have friends who were gracious enough to provide them the hospitality in their great time of need. The Red Cross has already responded to this family by giving them food and clothing, bedding, and other basic needs. The unexpected, devastating fire has changed their lives. But the Red Cross was there in their time of need, and we turned compassion into action. Thankfully, with this new partnership, the American Red Cross will be more and even better prepared and better equipped to support the needs resulting from the growing population in Western North Dakota and throughout our 28 counties here. Thank you to our new partners. Your investment will help numerous families and individuals to provide care, comfort, and support in the months and years to come. You are truly turning compassion into action. On behalf of the 944 individuals that we served last year across the Minn Kota region as they faced emergencies, I thank you. We are truly better equipped and prepared to respond to the growing needs across our region and especially in Western North Dakota. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce a dynamic leader from Border States Electric, who became a Red Cross champion to build capacity in Western North Dakota. He and his branch managers from Minot, Williston, and Dickinson recognized the benefit of this capacity building project and personally asked several of their customers to join them in supporting the American Red Cross. Because of his efforts and their efforts as a team, we were able to achieve our vision to meet the ever-growing needs in Western North Dakota. Jason Stein is the Vice President of the Northwest region at Border States Electric. He joined Border States in 1995 and has served in various capacities during his tenure. Jason joined recently in 2010 the Executive Council of the organization. He is a member of the National Association of Electrical Distributors. Please join me in welcoming Jason Stein.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today representing Border States Electric. It's really exciting to see some of our partners here in the room with us today. I just, on the way up here today, thinking about what I wanted to talk about in front of the group, the one word that came to mind was proud. I just look at the employee ownership that I work with each and every day and the hundreds of employees that made this possible. Then I think about the relationships they have with their customers and their willingness to go out and extend the hand and ask for assistance for this great cause. I was really proud of the fact that we were able to accomplish it all together. So with that, I also want to recognize the Red Cross. It's an organization that I think does so much with so little. And I feel like the corporate citizens, it's the least we could do is help them with this endeavor. And I felt really proud of the fact that we were able to step up and get it accomplished together as a group. So I'd like to thank the leadership at the American Red Cross and the volunteers that make this all possible, because at the end of the day, they're the real heroes in all of this. Thank you very much.
And I want to thank Amanda, Judy, and Jason for their kind words. Finally, just to wrap up, I want to thank everybody again for showing up today, for traveling here today. We had some pretty nice weather and have something over the last couple days, but everybody knows what it can be like here around this area. But I also want to thank our volunteers who are here and our board members that showed up today. And again, we appreciate everything that's been done for the Red Cross and for those organizations and companies that support the Red Cross and our mission of helping those folks affected by disasters or emergencies of all types. So with that said and done, if there's any questions, we'll go ahead and do our best to answer them for you. If that's it, then we'll go ahead and wrap up. Again, thank you everybody for coming here, and have a great, great day. Thanks. Enjoy.